You've seen it 100 times. The cartoon version of Noah's Ark. A fat little wooden boat with a giraffe poking out the top. Cute, but here's a question nobody asks. Would that thing actually float? Not in a calm pond, in a global flood, the worst seas imaginable. Because if the story were just a myth, the shape wouldn't have to work. So a team of engineers actually checked. Start with the numbers. The book of Genesis gives the ark exact dimensions. 300 cubits long, 50 wide, 30 high. Work that out and you get a ratio, 30 to 5 to 3, long, low, and box-like. It's a strange shape. It's not what you'd sketch if someone told you to design a boat. So is it a bad design or a smart one? In 1994, that question landed at KRISO, the Korea Research Institute of Ships and Ocean Engineering. This isn't a church group, it's a government naval engineering institute, the kind that designs real cargo ships and tankers. A team of 9 naval architects, led by a principal research scientist named Dr. Seok-Won Hong, decided to put the ark's proportions to the test. Here's how they did it. They took the ark's exact ratio and built 12 rival hulls alongside it. Same volume, but stretched and squashed. Some longer, some wider, some deeper. Varied by 20 and 50%. 13 ships total. Then they scored every one on 3 things that decide whether a vessel survives a storm. 1. Structural strength. Can the hull take the stress without breaking? 2. Stability. How hard is it to capsize? 3. Seakeeping. How violently does it pitch and roll? And they didn't just do it on paper. They built scale models, 1/50th size, and ran them in a giant wave tank. Now, here's the part most people leave out, and it matters. The Ark did not win every category. It couldn't. A shorter, fatter hull is harder to capsize, but it rides worse. A longer, sleeker one rides smoother, but it's structurally weaker. Every rival design beat the Ark at something. That's just physics. You can't max out everything at once. But that's exactly what makes the result interesting. Because when you combine all 3, strength, stability, and comfort together, and ask which hull has the best overall balance, no design could meaningfully beat the biblical one. The Ark's proportions sat right at the sweet spot. Twist them too far in any direction, and something got worse. Their actual conclusion, in engineering language, was that it wasn't possible to significantly improve on the Ark's proportions for the combined safety of the whole system. A shape that looks clumsy turned out to be, by the numbers, near optimal. Now, I'm going to be straight with you, because this channel doesn't do hype. This study was published in a creationist journal, not a mainstream naval architecture one. The engineers were real and the test was real, but that venue means plenty of scientists never reviewed it, and you should factor that in. This isn't science proves the Bible. It's real engineers ran a real test, and here's what they got. But even with that caveat, sit with the strange part. Somebody wrote those 3 numbers down, 350, 30, thousands of years before anyone understood hull dynamics, wave mechanics, or stability curves. And a modern naval institute, with wave tanks and computers, tested that ratio against a dozen alternatives and couldn't do better. Maybe it's coincidence. Maybe an ancient shipbuilder just knew what rode well, and the number stuck. Or maybe it's something more. That part, I'll leave to you. That's the story. If it made you think, stick around. This channel digs into the places where history, faith, and evidence actually collide. I'll see you in the next one.